That's not very slick. Well, we can't have a duck boat project without a slick bottom coating, so that's what we're doing today. I'm going to show you how to apply this easy slide graphite based coating. Is it better than Gator Glide, Wetlander, Superslick, all that stuff? I don't know. We're going to find out. Welcome back to our duck boat project. Today is bottom coating day. And we've tried a ton of different bottom coatings, slick bottom coatings, slickery, uppy coatings, whatever you want to call them. We've tried a bunch of them over the year. Today, we're going to try something completely different because, well, I've never tried it before. And not only have I never tried it before, I couldn't really find a whole lot of information or videos on the interwebs about using this product. The little bit of information and videos that I did find was all using this on dump beds and tractor parts like combines and things like that. Now, Easy Slide calls this a graphite-based coating, dry film lubricant, friction-reducing paint. Now, on the Tractor Supply website, there was a couple of reviews that I saw where people had put this on the bottom of their boat. How did it hold up long-term? Not really sure. It was just a quick and simple review, but I couldn't find any like dedicated instructional videos on anybody that had done this before. I went to my local Tractor Supply to try to find this, and they did not have it in stock. I ended up having to go to Tractor Supply on the way other side of town, which is about a 30-minute ride just to find it, and they only had one quart. So if you are going to try this, if this works out well, I would highly recommend that you order this online instead of going and trying to find it in store unless you know that they have it in stock. Reading the back of this can, this is solvent-based. It has MEK and solvent naphtha in it. So any kind of cleaning that we do or any thinning of this, which I don't think we're going to try, but any cleaning needs to be done with something that is solvent-based, like naphtha, MEK, or acetone. According to the instructions on the back of the can, it says I need to allow it to dry for 60 minutes before I do a second coat, and then a full cure occurs at 2 hours and 20 minutes. Allow to dry overnight before use. Clean up your brush. Now, this is the other thing. It does say that this needs to go on with a brush or spray. I'm not going to do that because I like breaking the rules and I want to try and see if this will work. I'm going to be using one of these small zippy rollers, a small pan, and we're going to try out the high density foam smooth surface roller. These are the cheap knockoff Lowe's 4-inch zippy rollers. So we're going to be trying it out with that, or at least I'm going to start with that and see what happens. Now, it also says that the vapor is harmful, may affect the brain or nervous system. Mine's already shot, so I'm good. Could cause dizziness, headache, nausea, throat, lung, and skin irritation. Whew, that sounds like a good Tuesday night. But the great thing is, it is only $16.99 a can, or at least that's what I paid for it. Painting is the easy part. Let's do the not fun part, the prep work. Prep item number 1, gloves. You do not want to touch anything on this boat during the prep process with your bare hands. Your bare hands have oils in them, probably boogers from where you've been picking your nose, and Lord knows what else. Now, I'm a little lucky today. We've already sanded the bottom of this boat. We sanded it with 80 grit when we were sanding the sides, getting it ready to paint. So most of it's ready to go. But we do have some overspray along the sides from where we just painted the sides and the back and the front of the boat. So what I'm going to do first is go over this whole entire surface that I'm going to be painting and all the sides with a blower, just to get all of the dust and dirt and nibs and everything off of it before I get started prepping. Before I run my tape line around the sides and the back of the boat, I'm going to wipe everything down really good with some alcohol just to make sure that I got a nice clean surface for my tape to stick to. Now that I've got the initial tape line done, this is going to be the actual edge that I'm going to be painting up to. I'm going to go ahead and tape everything off. I'm going to be using this 3M plastic with tape already built into it. I'm going to cover the entire outside of the boat and this whole front nose. That way, just in case I get any drips or, any accidents or anything, it'll be on the plastic and not on my fresh paint job. Anytime I lay down this plastic tape blue Scotch-Brite stuff, I always go back and tape my seams so that I don't have to worry about this blowing in the wind all over the place. And I always go back and tape up the original tape line. That Scotch tape is, it's okay, but I like to just put an extra layer of tape over it just to keep it from sliding or moving around all over the place. So we got all of our taping done. Now I just need to do my last little bit of scuffing. And what I'm going to be using is a brown Scotch-Brite pad. This is a super coarse scuff pad. We've already sanded all of this and got as much of the paint off the bottom as we can, so that's good. What I really just need to focus on, all of the stuff that we just painted the other day, And any overspray areas, just want to get in here and scuff them up really, really good. Get all the way around all these little cracks and crevices. Make sure we get good adhesion with this new Super Slick, whatever this stuff is called. Easy Slide, that's it, Easy Slide. Just make sure you get around all those rivets as best you can. And we'll go down the whole boat, give this thing a really good scuff. I'll probably go back over all this stuff anyways because it's been a couple days since we actually sanded this, and just make sure everything's nice and smooth. I have one very small area right here where the tape kind of got peeled back and it's now got dust on it, so it's not going to stick very well right there. So how we fix that is we're going to go just a little bit past it with a razor blade and just kind of cut. And same thing on this side, we'll just kind of cut down. Not cutting into the paint, just cutting through that tape. And let's see if we can get back behind this tape. Peel it down like that. Just grab us a fresh piece of tape and we'll redo that line. And put one more piece of tape underneath it. And there we go. We're good to go again. I've been shaking this for a couple of minutes now. Go ahead and just open her up and see what we got. I have never seen this stuff in person before, so I'm very curious to see what it looks like. Oh, that is super thin. It's almost like water. And kind of as I suspected, it felt like there was a giant clump of something on the bottom, and there it is. That's probably all of the graphite. I've been stirring this stuff for a couple of minutes, and there's still just really big chunks of whatever that is at the bottom of it. Old paint can. This used to have a high solids clear coat in it, and it cleaned it out, got acetone, so it's nice and clean on the inside. And I'm going to take this entire thing and just dump it in here. Ooh, that was a big old clump of something. And I'm going to try to scrape as much of that stuff out of the can as I possibly can. I said can a lot in that sentence. And I keep on scraping this, try to get it all out. There's a lot of chunks in here. Then I'm going to take my drill with a paddle mixer in here and see if we can get this mixed up. We got it pretty nice and smooth now. All right, first time using this stuff. Let's see how it does on a foam roller. If this doesn't work out, I got some paint brushes. I can go back and use a paintbrush like they originally recommended. Let's see what we got. It looks like with a paint roller, it is going on super thin. Doesn't really want to flow down into those rivets very well. But kind of work it in there. It's about 85 degrees here in Georgia today, and it feels like the stuff is drying insanely fast. Coat the bottom of this boat as quickly as you can. See how she looks after the first coat. All right, coat number one is done. And we found out they were definitely not lying about the paintbrush. Foam roller, no good. Don't do that. It went on super blotchy, did not want to cover very well. And the worst part is, like, I did that part first, started over here, went down that way, and then I jumped over to that side. I got about right here and the roller started coming apart. Nothing wrong with the roller itself. It's just that this particular material is kind of rough on a foam roller. So we got little bits and chunks of stuff that I got to get out. It's gonna be really hard to tell, but it is a very rough texture. Like, it almost looks like asphalt up close. Very odd. So thinking we definitely need to go thicker, and we need a lot of it. So I'm definitely thinking we go thicker with the paintbrush and see how that goes. All right, second coat. Let's try this with a paintbrush this time and put it on as thick as possible and see what happens. I'm done with the second coat. It's only been drying for a few minutes, and it's dry to the touch, but it does not feel slick at all. Like, I don't know how this thing is supposed to reduce friction. It's actually just as rough as it was when we first started. I put this on as thick as I possibly could. Like, this is all I've got left from that quart, not very much, and it just does not feel slick at all. I'm gonna try to just do a little section back here with a third coat and see if maybe the roller was a bad idea to start with, which I know it was, but I'm thinking maybe the roller was just too thin and it's not spreading out the way it's supposed to, or something. I don't know. There's something missing here. We're gonna let that dry for an hour or so and see what it feels like. On today's episode of Don't Do That to Your Boat, don't do that. All right, been a few hours. It's all nice and dry now. Let's see what we got. Yeah. So this is the side that I did the 2 coats on. Let's look at the side that I did the 3 coats on. This whole section right here I did 3 coats on. Let's see what we got. I don't know if you can hear this or not, but that does not even remotely sound slick. And that's what my fingers look like after rubbing on this. That is graphite. So overall, I have to say, I'm not impressed. This is my not impressed face. All right, let's at least give it a fair shot. I mean, I did start out the video with a full can of this. This one's empty. Let's see. Really? That's all we got? Okay, that's the 2 coat side. Let's try the 3 coat side. All right, come on. But even after 2 hours, just rolling that across there, scratching it all up, not impressive. And this is going to be a problem. This getting all over my hands is going to be bad. My bunks are going to be covered in this crap. So what did we learn, children? Don't put this on your boat. It's not made for boats. It's made for other stuff. Now, in all fairness, there may have been something wrong with the can that I got. It's unusual to have, that much of the bottom of the can be like super clumpy and glunky right out of the can. I know sometimes they'll have a little bit at the bottom, but paint shouldn't do that. So that could be cause number 1. Cause number 2 could be you may have to put this stuff on like insanely thick. If there's any farmers that watch this channel and have used this stuff on your implements, this may work great for that kind of stuff. For the bottom of the boats, I'm going to give this 2 thumbs down and a fart. Now the big question is, what in the hell do I do to fix this? Because now I have a giant mess on my hands. I got this that is literally wiping off on my hands. I think I'm just going to let it cure and come back tomorrow with hopefully a solution. I'm thinking that we can scuff all of this and just put some paint or something over it. I'm running out of time. Like, I got to get this boat done. I can't find any more of this stuff local. I've looked all over the state of Georgia, like in the northern half, and nobody has this in stock right now. So we're going to have to go back to the drawing board. I'm hoping that I can just get a scuff pad and scuff this up really good. Oh, it's just coming off. Well, yeah. So that's just a very light scuffing. Oh, yeah. That's all the way down to the metal. Just scuffing it up just like that. This stuff, no, don't put this on your boat. Don't do this. This is a bad idea. I'm going to go spend hours on the internet trying to figure out how to remove or paint over, or if it's even safe to paint over, graphite paint. So, deuces.